Hello,
Yep.
I'm Beinat Gutierrez, the head brewer of the Cross Brewer in Spain, and this is the Brewer to Brewer podcast from All About Beer. My guest today is Antoine Kerrec of Brewing Company, and he's here for a conversation that goes beyond the brew house and into topics that matter to brewing professionals and curious beer drinkers. First, please visit allaboutbeer.com and follow on social media at allaboutbeer. And to support journalism in the beer space, check out allaboutbeer.com/support. We'll get into the conversation in just a moment, but first, this message.
Malteurop has long been a pillar of North American malting, and they're growing to meet the needs of the modern brewer. Their brand new warehouse expansion at the Winona, Minnesota Malt House marks a new chapter in their commitment to service and reliability. With increased capacity and optimized logistics at the Winona hub, Malteurop is delivering the quality you expect with the speed you need. Discover the Malteurop difference at malteuropmaltingco.com. Senos is redefining fermentation intelligence. Their new Senos M3 is a multi-parametric in-tank sensor that delivers real-time fermentation insights and predictive analytics, so brewers can monitor critical variables, catch issues early, and get consistent results every batch. Brew smarter, waste less, and profit more with Senos. Turn your tank into a smart tank. Order your Senos M3 at senos.com. That's SENNOS.com.
Okay, we go. So, hello, Antoine. How are you?
Hello, I'm okay. How are you?
All good, all good. So let me introduce you a little bit to the people that doesn't know you. Antoine Kerrec is the head brewer at the Brewing Company in Montpellier, in the south of France. And you prepare a small test for me about your background, so people know something about you. But if you want, you can tell me like how did you get into beer, and how was your road going from home brewing until becoming the head brewer at Prism?
Yeah, of course I can do that. So yeah, I've since I started to have beers in bars with my friends around 18, I was always curious about trying new things, and so after doing all the taps, I figured, oh, you have bottles, let's try bottles then. And so yeah, ever since I've always had the curiosity of trying new things. Of course, being from near Paris, the Belgian influence was already a strong thing. So of course I started with that, and then moving to the south of France, I met a couple of friends that told me, "Oh, hey, you like beer? Well, you need to go in that bottle shop." What? There are specific bottle shops for craft beer? Amazing! So, whole new thing appealed to me. And in the meantime, my sister gave me a homebrew kit, so I started to make bubbles in my parents' bathroom, because it was the only place that was dark all the time.
Yeah.
and some so first brews, it was disgusting. Then some other brews, still disgusting. And at some point, it was drinkable. So that was
Okay. How many brews did it take you to make drinkable beer?
I'd say 4. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
4.
not bad, not bad. Could be
Yeah,
worse.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember the first one. Like, I go to the bottling part, and I figured, oh, I have nothing to close the bottles, like to
Oh,
cap them properly. And so I used old caps. It was a nightmare. Old
yeah, like
caps, trying with it was insane. So no bubbles at all, and oxidized, of course.
yeah.
But yeah, here's how it started.
And then how do you jump from home brewing at home those days to starting a professional career?
Well, I came back to Paris. I was studying chemistry at the time, more into materials, not that much of biochemistry, to be honest. But then yeah, my passion for beer was already always there. And then I dropped out of uni. It was not for me anymore, I believe, at the time. And a brewery opened in the small town where I was born, called Mappiness.
Yeah.
Always fun to say that in English. It's so yeah, small thing. We were brewing twice on simultaneously on Brewmeister
Yeah.
250 liters because the 500 couldn't fit in the in the room
Well,
actually. So yeah, really
I feel
tiny
like
tiny
this
thing.
is something French. I feel like you have the French law. They are like much more easier to where you can brew. You know, I saw like breweries in some places in France that in Spain they wouldn't let us open at all. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Anybody can open
Yeah.
a brewery in France. So that's why there are a lot of shitty brews as well. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, now I think we have more or less 2,500 breweries in France.
Okay.
But basically, like one open every day and one closes every day as well.
Oh
So
yeah. That's yeah.
it's yeah, it's a difficult industry.
Yeah. We
Um,
will talk a bit about the French craft beer scene a bit later.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
tell me a bit, how do you get from Mappiness, from helping there in Mappiness, to go into to Prism?
Yeah, so I just started to give a hand, and I learned many things. Then I did a small training in the north of France, where the Belgian influence is even more important. And then the brewery Bab Bap in Paris were hiring,
Yeah.
so I started working there as a brewer, learned even more things, and then the Prism project started with Julien from Gutierrez, which is was at that time already a distributor.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was a big thing when they asked me to join them, and so it was coming back to Montpellier, and yeah, it just made sense. Um, and yeah, so we did the first brews here in Montpellier, and it was on, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just a few months after that, more or less a year, I took over the head brewer position, and since then we've been making like the prison beers. We now have four brands: a local brand that is 80% of what we produce,
Yeah.
the small project that is the cider,
Hmm.
Prism, of course, and the Prism Nolo, which is the non-alcoholic beers,
Yeah.
0.0, and yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay, Antoine. So let's start with some more questions. You just came back from a beer festival yesterday, right? Or today?
Yeah, yeah,
Yesterday.
yeah. Yeah, I came back
Yeah.
yesterday.
Where were you? And which festival was that?
It was the Funbal Festival in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Two sessions, 12 to 11. Pretty long day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alone, to
That's
be honest.
quite long.
Fortunately, I had some friends helping me out from the breweries Frontal, Siberia, and
Yeah.
the garden helped me to pour some beers, allow me
Okay.
to go to the bathroom from time to time.
Yeah. Okay. Not
And
bad at least.
yeah, really nice. People like the beers, especially the smoothie sours. So yeah.
Okay. So I have a question for you, because like I always thinking about this. You know, like we have been in out of festivals around the world. Like we see each other in festivals every year. And you know, some of them we like more, some of them we like less. Like, if you could organize your perfect beer festival, how will it be?
Well, I like that I don't have to cash the beers myself. So just
Yeah, the
the
all
festival,
inclusive.
yeah,
Yeah,
buying the beers, and I just have to pour and talk about the beers and the brewery. That's way more convenient. And yeah, I really like it was the Beer Geek Madness.
yeah, the one in
Yeah,
Poland.
yeah, really nice because there's this. Oh, all the brewers are in the same space and can go visit each other without having to go through the crowd or everything.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was pretty nice. And also you can sit down and have a rest a bit.
yeah,
I think I like as well when there's like we can stop for an hour or so between sessions.
yeah.
Uh,
To
we,
rest
we,
a bit, have some food. No.
Yeah, we don't have this in France actually. All the festivals are like
Yeah,
starting and ending. But this was also nice at the Zurich festival when like the place is the hotel you stay in, and so in between sessions you can just go back to your room and
yeah.
yeah, have a little quiet moment and enjoying a glass of lager.
Yeah,
That's
I always think the same, like I feel like having volunteers is important because
yeah,
okay, there is always some people that cares about who is serving the beer, and they will be making questions. But
yeah,
at some moment in the afternoon when people get too drunk, I think that they don't give a fuck anymore about who is pouring the beer. So it could be like
yeah,
basically the owner, the head brewer, or someone from sales, or it could just be a random person serving the beer that people doesn't care. And sometimes it's a bit
yeah.
annoying. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. They just care
You
about
are there
the
for
the beer
hours
you're
and people
pouring.
is just asking you like which beer has more alcohol. Basically, that's the
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
you get.
exactly, yeah.
And what would be your perfect glass? Which glass would you use? Like, don't you think that the glasses at the beer festivals are way too small?
Well, it depends indeed. Yeah, yeah. I had a beer festival. Well, where the smallest pour was 8 centiliters, and
Yeah.
some people were even asking for half of that for half a pint or
Oh, yeah.
something. It was insane. Like I want to try many things. Yeah, of course, but come on, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Uh,
impossible. To taste the beer like in this amount, it's like you don't even get a taste of it.
Yeah, exactly. You get a sip. The guy is
Yeah.
doing his untap check-in, and it's just like a Pokédex at that point. It's it's not
Yeah.
it's not tasting beer. Yeah, yeah.
No, it's just
So
like say, okay, I tried that. I have it in my tap or whatever, and that's it. Next.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah, it should be related to the numbers of breweries on the festival, of course. But I think like 15 and 25 centiliters are okay.
Yeah.
Um, I hope
I
that
always I always get like really anxious when you go to a festival and you have like 10, 15 kegs to pour, and then
yeah,
you see the festival glass and it's like a really tiny small glass, and you are like fuck. Like I always start making calculations. How many of these small glasses do I
yeah.
have to sell to get sold out through the through the festival? And it's
Yeah,
impossible
exactly.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now we try only to send the 20-liter kegs to festivals because yeah, just when it's 2 days festival, starting the
yeah,
day with the rest of your cake from the States.
yeah. I also like had to start doing that. Yeah, like sending like the 20s to the festival.
yeah, you need to. Sorry
Okay,
about
so let's
maybe American listeners who don't know well about centiliters. I don't know,
Oh
maybe.
yeah, well, they had enough time to learn the metric system. Come on. Okay, let's go back to prison because you were there since day one basically, and
Yeah,
it's been like 6 years now, 7 years.
it's gonna be 5 years next month.
Okay, next month. So like, how
Yeah.
how do you see like prison changing in these years? Like, which things do you see like changing from day one until now?
Oh, well, it changed a lot. Yeah, like first year we bought we doubled the fermentation capacity for to start with, buying the 100 hec tanks. And yeah, I think we didn't know at that time that the local brand would take that much importance. So then we pretty quickly had to buy stainless steel kegs
Yeah,
and work with big bars to make volume and increase the annual production.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm really glad of the how it started to for the distribution of Prism.
yeah.
It was at that time a pretty hype project in France,
Mm-hmm.
and quickly we got the trust of many distributors in Europe, and that helped a lot to develop the brand. So that was really nice. We before we started to brew, we had to like this was during COVID, so the brew house was a bit late, and we
Yeah.
were brewing contract brewing at Frohgruber's in Germany, um,
Mm-hmm.
and um, and so yeah, still I was really happy to start brewing at ours and do things how we wanted. So this was the first. and I believe also the like styles consumption has really evolved in France, and people want sugar now. That's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started to make the beers like with a little bit more residual sugars, like the gravity just increasing, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but yeah, you gotta sell beers,
Yeah, you
so
have to say beer, yeah. Like which changes do you make? I mean, I guess like when you are talking about this, we are talking more about like New England IPAs, stuff like that.
yeah, that's mostly what we
Which changes do you make in your recipes for getting like more like a higher final plateau?
Yeah, well, I say, yeah, for the first year of brewing, we were not using maltodextrin, and then it was the cheat code basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, we also we needed to stay pretty cheap, I believe, because the even for high quality beers, if I
Yeah.
can stay humble saying that,
You make
uh,
great beer, come on.
yeah, yeah, we are still talking to people who are ready to put like 10 euros in a can.
Yeah.
So we needed to be sure that the quality was here,
Hmm.
and slowly, like last year, we started to increase a little bit our prices, so that allowed
Hmm.
us to use even better raw material qualities,
Yeah.
and put a little bit more hops. So we were sticking to, I'd say, 15 to 20 grams per liter of dry hop
Okay.
since then, and we were able to get a little bit more, and so yeah, I think it's played really well. So well, people seem still happy and still buying the beers, so that's the best sign, I believe.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, like Prism is for sure like one of the best, if not the best, like craft beer in France. So like a more modern brewery in France. But okay, I'm from the all different styles you brew because man, I was like checking your website yesterday when I was
Mhm.
preparing this. I mean, I try most of your beers, but sometimes I'm lucky and you do send me a box when we brew a collab.
Yeah.
So like from all the different styles you brew, like imperial styles, like hoppy stuff, like you also brew like more classic beers. What's your best seller? Do you have one beer that is like a best seller?
Yeah, the best seller in terms of number is of volume is the core range lager of the local brand, but
Yeah.
I'd say then it's the IPA, and then it's the core range New England IPA, the Voltri Hot
Okay.
from Prism, and then quickly there is the Mexican lager, and that's what I prefer the most to brew
Okay, that's
and to
that's
drink.
surprising.
Yeah. And I liked the philosophy of Julien, the owner, on that, to
Yeah.
try to push it a little more, because we that's our favorite beer of the core range at the brewery, and yeah, trying to, it's not that much more expensive than the regular lager.
Yeah.
So yeah, just trying to sell it, to push it a little bit more to our customers, and I think it's working pretty well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you
Well,
still package this beer in the clear glass bottle?
sorry?
Because do you still package this beer in the clear glass bottle, the
Yeah,
Mexican
yeah.
lager?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
because I saw it in the beginning and I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it
Like
is. And I'm not sure how to explain it, but we all agree on this in the production team. Straight from the bottle is always better than tap. Yeah,
can be.
it's yeah. During the summer, it's just perfect.
Okay, and when you say like when you are making the difference between like the local brand and Prism and so on, like maybe you can explain this shortly so people knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, the local brand, it's called VNDL, former Vandal, named after the city we are located in, and yeah, so this is meant to be a little bit cheaper than Prism.
Okay.
It's not the same audience that we are aiming. Like the philosophy of the brewery is like the right product to the right person at the right price. I like this philosophy. And so yeah, because it's not the same person that is going to come to us looking for the last like the freshest triple IPA, triple dry hopped, and just like the regular good amber ale that they want cheap. So yeah, we wanted to be able to get beers to all these people. And so yeah, much more traditional styles in the local brand: lager, small IPA, wheat beer, English amber ale, Belgian triple, still a big thing in France. The small stouts, 6.5% tonka beans. Yeah, something for the winter, kind of.
Yeah.
And
You always have to do something like this in France, no? I mean, you cannot open a brewery without having a blonde and
yeah,
amber and
oh
and a
yeah,
triple in France, no?
yeah, definitely, yeah, of course, yeah, you have to.
You see it
Uh,
everywhere. Like when you go to France, you see it everywhere.
yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And that Mexican
Okay.
lager, of course.
Yeah. And which kind of beers do you prefer brewing? Like, are you more like are you more happy to brew like do new styles or experiment with new stuff, or do you like to brew more the classic beers?
Well, yeah, I like to, of course, I like to experiment a lot.
Yeah.
Like the collabs we did together, for
Yeah.
example, with Terpenes was pretty nice to brew. And since it was tapped at the tap room, I was only drinking that.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, I
The
really
one
like
with
it.
the one with serpents.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And yeah, but what I also like is like working on consistency on
Yeah.
these other rules. Like I'm a big fan of the process, so that's why I also like to experiment on process. But to be able to brew the same beer like many different times, it's also something that I like. So yeah, not sure, but
That's
yeah.
nice. Okay, and then like before we do a small break, we're gonna make you the last question because I think like many people. Well, I mean, like this podcast goes to a lot of like people in the industry, but like many
Yeah.
people, when you tell them you are the head brewer of a company, they will tell
Mhm.
you that they will think that you are brewing every day, but probably you are not brewing every day anymore. So what's your day to day nowadays as a head brewer?
Nowadays, so I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I have the I think the best lead brewer in France. That is Alex,
Yeah.
that I closely work with. He arrives a bit early than me, even though I still have eyes on the group chat when I wake up to
Yeah.
see that the brewery hasn't burned. That's a start. Then yeah, well, just making sure that everything is on schedule. Every Monday, it's a little meeting with the brewers to just review all the brew day, the brews of the week.
Yeah.
Then if nothing it needs to be repaired, I'm just gonna go through the next one-offs that we
Yeah.
need to make. We basically release 4 new beers per month,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, Mondays we have a production meeting with the boss. So new machine that we're buying, some special orders from clients, these
Yeah.
kind of things that we then need to fit in the planning. Then just checking all the tanks, because at that time the gravities have been taken.
Yeah.
So yeah, just making sure that everything that needed to be cold crashed has been cold crashed. The dry hops are on schedule and everything. Just yeah, a lot of controls.
Yes, yeah, so
Um,
basically, just like taking care of everything is done when it has to be done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just yeah. Now my job is more like yeah, orders, and yeah, of
Yeah,
course, control of everything.
a
The
lot of
production
a lot
team
of
is
time in the office.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We are going to take a short break for this message and then come right back to more conversation with Antoine Kerrec of Prison Brewing Company.
Malt Europe has long been a pillar of North American malting, and they're growing to meet the needs of the modern brewer. Their brand new warehouse expansion at the Winona, Minnesota Malt House marks a new chapter in their commitment to service and reliability. With increased capacity and optimized logistics at the Winona hub, Malt Europe is delivering the quality you expect with the speed you need. Discover the Malt Europe difference at malteuropemaltingco.com. Senos is redefining fermentation intelligence. Their new Senos M3 is a multi-parametric in-tank sensor that delivers real-time fermentation insights and predictive analytics, so brewers can monitor critical variables, catch issues early, and get consistent results every batch. Brew smarter, waste less, and profit more with Senos. Turn your tank into a smart tank. Order your Senos M3 at senos.com. That's SENNOS.com.
Okay, welcome back, Antoine. We are going to talk a bit about the French beer culture and beer industry, because maybe some people doesn't know. I mean, like always in Europe, when you talk about like like traditional brewing scenes, people talk about Germany, Czech Republic, Belgium, England, but France also has like, especially the north, has a big culture in beer, right?
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, a lot of influence of Germany and Belgium.
Yeah,
Even some influence of Spain actually, and in the south of France.
yeah.
It's really fun to compare. Like if we speak about core range and like local brands in the
Yeah.
north of France, you will have like the basic blonde beer at 6%, south of
Mm-hmm.
France 4.5 because of
Yeah. Okay.
the
Just
they
because
like
of the weather, no?
yeah exactly
Yeah.
so yeah that's something and then of course the north of France is has way more beer culture coming from the Belgian beers, yeah, Trappist
Yeah.
and all these kind of things,
Yeah, but then you
fruits.
also have
So
like, what do you think about the area? I think it's funny always in the area of Alsace that you have a mix of like the German beer culture and the Belgian beer culture somehow.
yeah, we're getting a bit of everything, yeah.
Okay, so and like for me it's like crazy because I think like I've been selling beer in France for I don't know for over 10 years now,
Hmm.
and I think like how fast things went in France is crazy. Like I think like around 10, 12 years ago, like nobody even thought about like selling beer in France. And then like I remember when I started working with Julien, the owner of Prison Brewing, he has like a distribution company too. And like I remember this guy walking through the door, like when I was working at Napa Beer, and he was
Yeah,
telling us like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell like so much of this beer per month," but it was like I don't know, like 2 tanks or whatever. And we were
yeah.
like, well, who the fuck is this guy? Like how are you gonna sell so much beer in France? We didn't even take him so seriously. But then it was crazy because that was like we were talking about 2017, 16, and that was
Hmm.
like a basic pale ale, and 10 years ago, that in Germany, or even 10 years ago in France, it was like something crazy or something really new. But then it went really fast from like just drinking like a basic pale ale to double IPAs, triple IPAs, smoothie sours. Like, how do you see these things changing in the last 10 years?
Yeah. Well, I remember pretty much 10 years ago, starting to get in bottle shops some Spanish breweries, a lot of English breweries as well, some Americans a little bit, but yeah, France was a little bit late on that, and I believe the brewery Popin was the first to release a New England IPA in France, pretty much. And this was a big thing, and then from then many different breweries started and making these styles, and it became really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then a lot, I believe, in the eastern countries of Europe, the smoothie sours like really take things with a lot of juice and puree.
Mm-hmm.
Also got a big influence. We started to get to get them a lot. Even some I remember, 2020, a lot of Russian beers as well. Really high percentage of fruit as well. So
Yeah.
we got many different things, and I believe every brewery that was starting at that time were also trying to make these styles, and now we're here, and many breweries are making really good sours, really good hoppy beers, and imperial stouts, barrel
Hmm.
aged, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it still went really fast. Um, the Even though it's still a wine country, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, people really liked to get new taste, and try all these styles. Yeah.
Yeah. That was another question I have. Like, now being like a wine country, like, I don't know, do the French brewers get any, any inspiration or anything from the wine industry?
Well, it's I think it's something really different. People didn't really like. I think, yeah, they wanted something else, and the wine industry is really conservative, traditional, and craft beer was a way to, like, there are many rules in the wine industry, and yeah, craft beer was more primitive. There was a lot of freedom, like to use different ingredients, all the
Hmm.
fruits that you want. And when the pastry sours and pastry stouts became a thing, yeah, it was, yeah, people started to make stupid things. There are a couple of breweries in France. Some made a kebab beer.
What? A kebab beer?
Yeah, yeah. With the
How?
he put French fries. He put onions, carrots. That's insane. That's the
Yeah,
brewery
sounds.
I run in the south of France. Yeah, this
Well,
guy
did you get to
insists
try the beer?
yeah, and it's so I don't. It's not disgusting.
Okay.
And you get the taste. You get the taste of the kebab. Yeah. Also, do you know the little candy, the Smurfs?
Yeah.
He did a beer with that too. He even barrel aged it in a white wine barrel,
Oh, okay.
and it was, yeah, drinkable and pretty nice. But
Okay.
yeah, blue beer. It was fun. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think, well, that's an extreme, but I think the freedom, like to be able to go from the classic blonde lager to the
Hmm.
even some experimentation, but to the imperial stout,
Yeah.
barrel aged in the, like, cognac, or some things. I think that's what brewers and people really liked, and so, of course, some breweries started to make some grape ales,
Yeah.
but I think it's less of a thing in France. Like, people who want to
Yeah.
drink wine, and people who want to drink beer, and there's not that much in between, unlike maybe Italy or even Spain.
Yeah. And how is that? Like, do you see like a beer is something more for young people and wine is maybe something for the older generations? So how do you see it?
Mm, a little bit, but as well as craft beer, there was a big um, a big thing for natural wines as well in France.
Mm.
That
Oh,
like,
tasty.
maybe winemakers were making for many years already, but it
Yeah.
became really like for a bigger audience. And I think, speaking for myself.
Yeah.
Even some young people are really interested in that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, you
So
can count me into. I love going to France and trying different like natural wines.
yeah, exactly. And but yet still, like, older people are not that much into craft beer, I'd say. Even though,
Hmm.
yeah, I can be surprised from time to time working in a craft beer bar and just seeing groups of older people enjoying the last New England IPA of Prism or Popin
Yeah,
or the breweries. Yeah,
nah, that's nice. But I mean, I
like
feel like we have the main problem now with the young people, and not I know the older people because like young guys are not really drinking at all. No, no beer, no wine.
yeah,
How
yeah,
is this? Yeah, how is this in
yeah.
France? Is it the same?
That's insane. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Younger people are not drinking beer anymore. Not
no.
alcohol, even. Yeah, yeah. That's something that we feel a lot, and so that's how our non-alcoholic brand really became like really huge, and we need to brew these beers really often actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's now we have six different non-alcoholic beers, and yeah, works really well with young people, even around 20 or so.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm seeing things like that. Okay, we talk a bit about like like alcohol-free beers, like wine, beer. Like, what do you predict? Like, what's gonna be like a big thing or a prediction for the French scene in 2026?
So 2026, no big change. I believe, even though the breweries that have a local brand will always be growing faster than the ones
Ah.
sticking to small things, like to really niche styles. And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, for the future, I think non-alcoholic beers will only increase as well. Yeah.
Okay. And do you think like it's gonna be non-alcoholic beer, or do you think like this breweries will start doing also other non-alcoholic drinks?
Um, I think it's moving a little bit as well in the wine industry for non-alcoholic wines. Then,
Yeah.
uh, um, but I think since the winemakers are like more traditional, the research and development is going slower than for the beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, we are more able to try new products and new processes
Mm-hmm.
in the beer, I believe, than in
Yeah.
wine, and we can also produce all day long, all year long. Sorry,
Yeah. Sure.
while after the harvest, like it's still tricky to use all the grapes that you had been making for a year to do some research and maybe failing.
Yeah. That's difficult, right?
Yeah, yeah, I bet. So
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like I would like to be a winemaker, but at the same time, beer seems easier.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like beer is like more like working hard more or less every day, and then like wine, you have these seasons where it's like okay, now you are bottling and you are like all focused in this. Now you are working more in the
Yeah,
barrels, so you are there. Okay, harvest season is harvest season, so it's I don't know. I also like like when I was brewing all this kind of like when I was brewing in Poland with all these fruit beers and and beer wine hybrids and stuff like that. Like I thought about it. I was like, hey, like this of being a winemaker sounds quite cool too.
yeah,
Maybe it's the future.
yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Okay, so Antoine, for finishing, I prepared like some small questions for you that you have to choose. I'm gonna give you two options, and you have to choose one or the other. Okay?
Okay,
Okay, let's go. Citra or Mosaic?
Citra,
Okay. Lager or ale?
lager,
Step mash or single infusion?
step mash,
Okay. Tech Pilsner or German Helles?
pilsner,
Pilsner. Okay. And the last one is like, what's more important, process or the recipe of one beer?
process.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
And now, just the last question before we finish. So you have been around for a while, and maybe it's like some young people listening to this. I don't know. Maybe there are some young guys that still want to be a brewer someday. Which advice would you give to someone that is starting in the beer industry in 2026?
That's something that I tell to all the interns that we may have at the brewery. Well, it worked for me. It's truly to go out and meet people whenever there's a tap takeover nearby or a festival, trying different things to get a better plate and to learn about how things are made. And yeah, it's all about that. Just meeting people, talking, and yeah, that's what I like about this. And it worked for me to. Well, I started to make bubbles in my parents' bathroom, and now I'm the head brewer of a pretty renowned brewery in France. So yeah.
So that's it. Then that's a good advice. Okay, Antoine. So that was everything. So I think like next week you will be choosing someone to have this conversation with.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah, next week I'll be interviewing Rowan from the brewery Malteurop in the Netherlands.
Okay, nice. That sounds good. Okay, so Antoine will be back on the next episode of this show as the host having a conversation with a brewer of his choosing. That will be on there next week, so make sure you tune in for that. And a reminder, visit allaboutbeer.com and follow on social media All About Beer. To support journalism in the beer space, check out allaboutbeer.com/support. I'm Beinat Gutierrez, the head brewer of Gross Brewery in Spain. Thanks for listening to the Brewer to Brewer podcast.
Senos is redefining fermentation intelligence. Their new Senos M3 is a multi-parametric in-tank sensor that delivers real-time fermentation insights and predictive analytics, so brewers can monitor critical variables, catch issues early, and get consistent results every batch. Brew smarter, waste less, and profit more with Senos. Turn your tank into a smart tank. Order your Senos M3 at senos.com. That's SENNOS.com. Malt Europe has long been a pillar of North American malting, and they're growing to meet the needs of the modern brewer. Their brand new warehouse expansion at the Winona, Minnesota Malt House marks a new chapter in their commitment to service and reliability. With increased capacity and optimized logistics at the Winona hub, Malt Europe is delivering the quality you expect with the speed you need. Discover the Malt Europe difference at malteuropemaltingco.com.